Alright, cracking when you're ready.
You all good, Bunners?
Yeah.
Gregor, it's a very interesting team you've named. A few things to get in to give a start with. Kyle Steyn in for Duan van der Merwe. What's the thinking there?
Yeah, it's really rewarding Kyle's form this season and probably since he came back from injury after the Six Nations. Very good in the summer tour, but really it's about this season. And we know that not all of our players have been able to play a number of games leading into this tournament, but Kyle's been consistently strong in all aspects of his game, so he's earned this opportunity.
How did Duan take the news?
He was actually okay. First time Duan had been dropped in the Scotland team. First time I've had to drop him. I got on really well with Duan. It was a brilliant occasion last week for him with his 50th. You could see how emotional he was with that. He's really connected with the staff and the players. And of course he'd be disappointed, but he's trained well this week. And that's all you ask for players, to part the disappointment and get behind the team that's selected at the weekend.
No, Zander Fagerson, how close was he to making it?
Well, this time last week, I thought he'd be available because he'd trained on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and while we managed him at training, he did live tackling, he did scrummaging, he carried the ball really well, and we, as coaches, we are thinking he's going to be available, isn't he? But his knee just wasn't 100% right. He's improved again since then, but we, the medics, have decided just hold things back a week or two, and that's all it'll take is expectation. So we still believe he'll play some part in this series, but not this weekend.
Remember, in 2017 you had something of a front row crisis and some guys stepped up, but Darryl Marfo springs to mind. Is that the kind of thing you want to see from Darcy Rae to deliver a performance beyond anything he's done before?
Absolutely, and look, we're in a fortunate position that we're only missing one or two players with injury, and guys like Zander and Hugh are obviously outstanding players, but we've got the backups ready to go. I think that Edinburgh front row have scrummed really well this year. There's cohesion there. Although Darcy played well last weekend, he's an experienced player now. And we got really good news with Elliot Miller-Mills being fit to train fully this week. He had a good session last Friday. I feel that we've got one of the strongest benches we've put together. And the forwards, especially that 6-2 split, know that they'll have to make a big impact on Saturday.
The composition of the back row's interesting. What led you to that particular combination?
Well, obviously there was a little bit of match fitness concerns with Rory. So Rory's been a starter for a while now for us when he's been fully fit. He's captain in the summer, he's been a vice captain, so that was one decision. We felt just with a week's training that it better suited coming off the bench. The Glasgow back row did really well against the Bulls. Individually they're outstanding players. Gregor has came through very strongly last season and into this season. Jack was our starting number 8 for a while, and obviously Matt has been in the squad for a few years. So that combination of the Glasgow game, really, we're looking at going at, that brings a blend of physicality, the line-out ability with Gregor, and good ball carriers, and all three of them. And then with that, you go, right, okay, on the side, we've got two players that can come off the bench and add something different. Rory, with his defensive game in particular, around the tackle area, and Josh, whenever he's came off the bench for us, he's added something special, and he really suits a 6-2 with his speed.
Sorry. Obviously, no Jamie Ritchie, is that a selection or injury?
Selection, and Jamie was very, very good last year. Had started a number of games for us, got injured in that Fiji game, and it's been difficult for him in Perpignan. They've lost every game, but he's actually did a lot of good things for Perpignan. What we just felt in terms of what he is, his game, he misses out this week because other guys are playing better.
A big challenge you facing this weekend?
Yeah, one of the biggest you get in rugby right now. They're a form side, they're a cohesive side. They picked, I believe, their strongest team available to them. And yeah, it's a challenge you want. Last year we were really looking forward to the South African game, who'd picked a strong side, and they were number 1 in the world. Now we're playing the number 2 team in the world. So yeah, we just got to deliver close to our best performance to do what we can do this weekend.
Gregor, player Kinghorn, I've a shoe in normally, and he's played so much rugby already, hasn't he? Can't have had much of a break after the Lions tour. He's played, I think, 7 games or something for Toulouse. How is he looking? First of all, is he fresh? Is he good to go?
Yeah, and mentally fresh, which is positive. He'll admit that he did find it challenging to go straight back in after such a long season and after the Lions tour. His club had lost a couple of games as well, but the last few weeks he's looked really good. He's enjoying his rugby. He's played 10, I think, 2 of the last 3 games, so he's getting involved heavily, goal kicking very well. And he trained last week with us, even though he was going back to Toulouse at the weekend. He trained on the Wednesday, trained well this week. So I think change of scene sometimes gives you, re-energises you. Obviously the challenge and opportunity that the players have this week, he'll be very excited about this game coming up.
Rory Hutchinson has been excellent this season.
Yeah.
I think still a lot of people thought you would go for the Glasgow cohesion with Stafford and Sione. Why have you gone this road?
Well, look, there was another option too, which is Glasgow cohesion with Ollie Smith, who has played really well for Glasgow at 13 this year, and I thought was one of our best players last week. So there were other options, but I think that the Gloucester game this year, when Rory got man of the match, and I think he had 2 or 3 try assists, try saving tackle, defended very well. He backed that up the following week. That's when we were convinced that he's going to be ready for this opportunity. He played very well in the summer tour. He was a late call-up when Matt Curry got injured, but one of our best players against the Maori All Blacks, and again in the Samoa match. So it's been really encouraging to see how Rory has responded to the challenge of being initially left of that squad, and how well he's playing this year.
Were you tempted to go, because Gregor Brown played in the second row against France in Paris, and did really well physically. Were you tempted to go him and Cummings, or the Gilchrist situation? No Williamson obviously either. What was your read on the second row selections?
Yeah, look, I think Gregor, it gives us the ability to obviously have another second row in the squad, which if you go 6-2, we can go 2 back rows, and Gregor can potentially move to the second row. I think he's shown this year at Glasgow that when he's at 6, he's involved more in the open play. He's a very good ball carrier. I think he's one of the best in the world at timing of a pass, a release pass or a tip pass. So we did consider both options. I thought Grant played some of his best rugby last year. Like you mentioned Gregor in that France game, but Grant played really well in that France game, and finished the season in the Samoa game playing really well after coming back from injury. So we feel right now that's best blend, Grant and Scott. Marshall, I think, has been fantastic. He came on in the France game, disrupted them all at the end of the match. His work rate, his power, he's our biggest second row. And now his experience of starting a lot of games, we really feel that in a competitive group, in a group where you've got some excellent second rows like Alex and Max there too, this is the right blend this weekend.
And just finally for me, in terms of Scotland, have probably had come out the wrong end of decisions in this fixture in recent times from referees. So Ireland got a very controversial red card against New Zealand last weekend. Have you any concerns about the aura of the All Blacks mitigating against Scotland here?
I would hope not. I do remember being very frustrated back in 2017 when we felt we should have a penalty try, but those happens. It all happens in game. Obviously, you get some that are very important scoreline, but sometimes they go for you. But yeah, I'd hope the referee doesn't have to be the centre of attention this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Gregor.
Have you done any of their pressers?